Hello everyone. I just wanted to make a video on Tarkov, and I have actually been playing the PvE mode for Escape from Tarkov. And with all the controversy going on of, BSG's um, monetization choices, and with just the servers and the cheaters, and I'm going to play my ignorance card here that I am not keeping up with all of the news. Genuinely, the PvE experience has really been great. It's gone. I've had a lot of raids in the beginning where it's been, like this and like this and like this. And that's just because, I guess the AI is kind of cracked out of their mind. And so this video contains clips and things of before and after they made the patch or the update to the AI. The tweaks of where they roam now and things like that. I really don't remember if they did or didn't make any changes to their accuracy or detection. But you can still, scope in on a regular scav from across the map, and he'll just, 6 cents, Spidey sense that you're looking at him. But obviously with some of the events going on and the guns with low durability they have, probably has some impact to their accuracy. But for the most part, it's been good. This is what everybody has been asking for. And I know there were some other mods out there that people that started to get a bit more traction and attention, just because when the whole Unheard of edition came out in general. But in reality, as you can see, I did not buy that edition. I will not be supporting that action, but you could argue that I'm still supporting it by playing the game, sure. But just this video is just me going my opinion over the PvE mode. It's great. It really is. Sure, you could argue it could be boring because there's no PvP aspect anymore. There's no real threats. It takes a lot of the risk out of the game. And I think you can, there's plenty of ways that you could add that risk back in, like just don't insure your gear. And there you go. You could simulate that risk of it. And I think that would be more than enough. And so what I've been doing for this quote unquote wipe, I guess is the best way to explain it. I've been completely playing in an Iron Man mode, so to say, where just, I'm doing all the things that I genuinely just never got to do on the PvP server, just because, one, I'm not the greatest at the game. Two, the amount of time you need to put into Tarkov to make progress. I'm currently level 40 now, as you can see, and it has been over months, or at least 2 months, I would say. And this is constant playing, not 8 hours a day or anything like that, but a good portion of my evening, if not all of it, several days, and the occasional full weekend day here and there. But generally, my experience with the PvE mode has been great. Sure, yeah, the AI is jank and really unfair. The bosses, I would say, can use a little bit of a retweak, specifically a couple of them, like Killa, I would say, just because, getting shot through boxes where he can, I don't know, Superman vision see you through them, is not ideal. Just some of that AI tweaks would be ideal. The spawning is a little weird, especially on maps like Reserve and the Bunker. There, an interchange, for example. The PMCs, the AI PMCs, will already be spawned in the center of the mall. It would be nice to see them spawn like outside, like in the actual PMC spawns of where you would spawn, and see them, traverse into the mall or something like that. I know that the PMCs now extract, and I've only seen that happen once on Woods, so I mean, I guess that is enough confirmation. But I feel like, yeah, I will say that it does take away from some of the realism, I guess, or maybe the immersiveness of the game, just because you can always run around with a flashlight on and a laser, and the AI is not going to act any different. They already know you're in their proximity because of the voice lines that they'll say at you. So I get that it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I really recommend trying it out. This has been a mode that people have been asking for, and I genuinely do hope that BSG really continues to develop and support this. I think Arena was, in my opinion, a waste of time. I mean, if I wanted to go play a 5v5, I play Call of Duty or Rainbow Six Siege, right? But to each their own. Sure, 5v5 team deathmatch in Tarkov's universe, completely different experience, right? Sure, I understand that. But the PvE mode, great addition, great change, great direction. And you know what? Call me bad at the game, call me whatever you want. I don't have the skill, I don't have the time to put in the skill to go up against these people like Landmark or Desmond or any of those people. And the best part about this is I don't have to deal or worry about cheaters every other raid in this mode. I don't. Sure, I lose a little bit of fun here and there, or some different experience with not playing PvP, but I don't have to worry about cheaters. I don't care if someone's better than me. That's fine. That just, that's totally fine. But in Tarkov, and everybody knows, this, you have to worry about getting peeked by some dude you never saw, and it's like, okay, well, was that legit or not? And for people like me, the less experience, less amount of time put into this game, it's harder for us to determine, oh yeah, that was just a good shot. I'm just going up against a Desmond or a Landmark player, compared to, oh, I was never going to win that fight because it was a cheater. So that eliminates that factor at a cost of, going up against real people. But I think you can counteract that with making it a little bit more riskier by not insuring your gear, so you were to lose everything. To kind of make up for that. And yeah, sure, that really doesn't add a lot, but I think it adds enough. I think after playing the PvE mode, I have not played the PvP mode at all this wipe. And even, I think I did sell a little, I did sell a little bit of, let me see here, a little bit of stuff to the market, but other than that, I've been pretty much Iron Man all the way. And I'd like to, I think when the main server wipes, I'm going to wipe my character and see what new changes, updates and stuff like that come, hopefully to PvE as well, and start over. But I've gotten to the thing about PvE is I've gotten to the point where I've gotten quest lines done that have never done before. I've reached level 40 before on PvP. I think I've got as high as level 49 or 50, but I've never gotten the traders to where the level that the traders are at right now, and I've never gotten as far as doing some of the tasks that I have done with some of these guys. Just because I'd never put in enough time, or it was just not good enough to keep going. And I think the PvE mode really does give you that opportunity to dive into the story, to experience stuff on a more casual level, and you can say, well, yeah, you're just not good at the game. Get good, right? But um, point is valid, right? But I feel like this gives a lot more opportunity for those more casual players, or those players that just want to have a good time playing the game that they really enjoy. Because I really do enjoy this game. I think it's a great game. I think it has great potential. Nikita needs to get his head on straight, and unfortunately, where there's money to be made in the cheating universe, that's never going away. BSG can hopefully do their best to combat it, but it's never going away. So overall, it's been great. It's been a lot of fun, and you can raid with your friends. Oh god, you can raid with your friends, and it is fun. It makes it a little bit easier, and it can be it does take that, like, I will say it takes that somewhat of a fear level down, right? But the game can still be intense. It can still be really enjoyable, and because the AI do make it interesting, because you never know if you're just going to run into some PMCs or a boss altogether. Now I will say, like, another, going back to the AI needing some tweaks, I definitely think they do, because the PMCs will engage each other and engage the scabs and or raiders and or bosses, but only to a degree. For, like, example, dorms, if Rashala and the boys are in there and there's a group of PMCs, they will engage each other until both squads back up in rooms and just sit there. They never move again. They never do anything. They never engage until you get there and throw in some spice to the pot. Which, I mean, I think the AI needs a bit more tweaking in that regards. I think there should be way more combativeness with the AI between themselves. I will say, at least from my personal experience with everything so far, the Goon Squad does not engage other PMCs. I could be totally wrong, but I have been in several raids where that just interaction did not happen. And I don't know if that is because it's not programmed, or because if the two parties are within range of you take priority over them. So this Goon Squad and a PMC squad will fight you over fighting each other because that's the way that it's designed. I don't know. But I think that should be adjusted, because it's not ideal for having to fight both of them at the same time. Sure, it's a good challenge, but it's not quote unquote realistic for the expectations that the BSG has kind of said to us, at least from what I remember of the patch notes. I feel like the Goon Squad should be aggro to everybody, just like bosses should be aggro to everybody. Because some instances, especially on interchange, Killa is not aggro to the other PMCs if you are within the same, like, aggro range. I've been pushed by Killa and a bear at the exact same time, and even have it on recording here. I'll show it right now. And they didn't interact with each other. You can argue, sure, maybe they were aggroed on me and they stay aggroed until I die. And that's just the way that the code works. But I really think that some tweaks need to be made with the way that they move and interact with each other and you. I also don't think sniper scavs shoot at PMCs. I feel like they don't. I've never really heard sniper scavs shooting at anything besides me. So I could be wrong there, right? I am playing a bit of ignorance to this because I can't test every raid, but this is just from my interaction of the however many raids that I've been playing of PvE, and this is the first time that I've been playing PvE is this wipe. It's been so long that I could just be forgetting that this is the first wipe of it at all. So I think it's great though. I think you should give it a try. And it just went on sale, not like a discount price. It just went on available purchase to buy the PVE mode if you do not have the Edge of Darkness edition. And you know, all opinions aside from PSG, it's $25 for the expansion. Sure, it is a little bit much, but I don't really have room to say anything because I bought the Edge of Darkness edition. But at the same time, I feel like I personally have gotten my money's worth out of this game. I've played it for years now, on and off, and I think it's great. I really do. I really do like this game a lot. It's the most unique shooter that I've ever played. It's probably the most enjoyable shooter and the most frustrating shooter I've ever played. And it just has that different level of uniqueness to it that no other game can replicate and make me feel. I've never felt an adrenaline rushes playing other games like I've played this game. So yeah, I've been having a great time playing it, and I really, really hope BSG takes this. It takes all of the feedback they've been getting. I don't think they've actually implemented any surveys yet, but I really hope they take all of this. Please ignore my stash. I really hope they take all of their feedback, and I really hope they continue to push the PvE mode, because it's great. I really like it. I would really love to see it develop. I could care less for PvP, just because you could argue that I'm just bad at the game. Whatever. I don't mind losing, but I want to lose fairly, not to cheaters. I'm tired of cheaters ruining the experiences, and I play a lot of Rainbow Six Siege. That is bad there too. It's not just this game. They're everywhere. There's money to be made in it. So it's not going away anytime soon. But I really do like this. I think it's great. And yeah, I want to play some of my more fun raids that I've had with it so far. Some intense raids. Man, when I started playing again, I was like, oh man, I know your character soft skills really matter in this game, but only to so much. And I had not played the past 2 wipes, so I was very bad. And I think I'm doing a bit better now. I'm not as good as I used to be when I was playing this game every day, but yeah, I want to share my highlights of this wipe, quote unquote, so far, because I think I will be wiping again when the main server wipes. It depends. I might try to get Kappa first and then wipe. I've never gotten Kappa. I've still yet to play Streets, just because I'm not a huge fan of Lighthouse, but then again, I'm pretty bad at Lighthouse, so that's probably a skewed opinion. But yeah, I want to share some of my highlights so far, and I'd really like to tell a story for you guys eventually in a movie kind of format. But I'm learning some new things, and I say it's worth the $25 if you don't have the Edge of Darkness edition. Please do not buy the Unheard of edition. Please do not spend $250 in this game. Just don't. Please don't do that. But I think you should give it a try. If you really enjoy Tarkov and you wanted a PvE mode, it's not as boring as you might think it is. It still has the same level of frustration sometimes, but at the end of the day, you can choose how much of a risk it is by insuring your gear or not insuring your gear. And you can do other things like Iron Man modes where you don't use the flea market, which, as you can see here, I've used it a little bit with there's proof of this right here. But other than that, besides selling a couple things, I have been 100% self-sufficient, which is completely doable in this, by the way. You can get everything you need from the traders after you unlock them. You can get some hard stuck on some keys, but I think that's part of the fun. I genuinely think the grind is part of it, and I've gotten some lucky. I was stuck behind some reserve keys here that I've luckily been able to get just recently. But I think the whole idea the whole opportunity with the PvE mode, it's quite literally what you make it, right? You can set your own restrictions. You can do this and that to make it more, you could adjust your experience with it. And I think it's great. I really, like I've said several times before, I really hope BSG really puts more effort into this and continues to expand on it and develop it, because I think it's great. It's not everybody's preference, but I really do think it's great. And, I think you should give it a try. If you really like Tarkov and you play the game, give it a try. Worst thing is you're out $25 and you didn't like it. But most of you people that are probably watching this video or play Tarkov, you have an addiction just like the rest of us, and you like this game. Whether that be a good thing or a bad game or a bad thing, you like this game. You wouldn't be playing it if you didn't. It's one of those games where you either love it or you hate it or both. There's no in between with Tarkov. So give it a try. I recommend it. If it's too boring for you, make some challenges. If you don't feel like it, go back to PvP. That's whatever you want to do. For me, I like it. I like the fact of not having to deal with cheaters. I think it'd be interesting if you could add a little bit more risk with somehow other players, but that's what the PvP server is for, or the main server. It'd be cool if you could go up against your friends, maybe, somehow if they could add like quote unquote private lobbies, but keep it on the PvE server. That's probably like, stretching it a bit, where they're not going to do that. They're just going to go tell you to play the main server. I think that would be a really cool idea if you could do like, something along those lines of, that if like you and your friends choose opposite factions, you spawn on the opposite side of the maps, you can enable like friend PvP, but that's getting way too far into it. But yeah, I think it's great. I think if you're interested, you should give it a try. Worst case scenario, you're out $25. It might even go on sale. They do sales often, but just don't buy the unheard edition. It's not worth it, unless you're a whale. But yeah, I want to roll some nice some really fun raids that I had, and some not so fun raids. But thanks for watching, and I really hope you give it a try. Let me know what you guys think. If you do like it, if you don't like it, I'd love to hear everybody's opinion on it, and kind of go from there. So yeah. Hey guys, future Robert at the end of the video here, and I think it's been like another week and a half since I actually recorded that first intro, 20-minute intro conversation of my experience of the wipe and or PvP, sorry. And I kind of wanted to add this in here because funny enough that tomorrow or today is the last day of wipe, and tomorrow the new wipe starts with patch 15 or point 15. So yeah, it's been another week or so, and since I've been playing the majority of the wipe, a lot of my statements still stand. I could add so many more clips to the video. I literally have hundreds of hours well, maybe not hundreds of hours for this wipe, but I have dozens of hours for this wipe that I could just throw in there. I think it's still a very good experience after all said and done. This is as far as I've ever gotten in terms of like story progression and general progression besides level. One of the wipes I've been almost level 60, like actual like base level, but that's in my opinion getting the traders maxed out and getting your hideout furthest out and getting the quest line done is a lot further rewarding progress than the level, because I could just grind the level up and that really doesn't matter. I've already hit the max level requirement for Kappa. No, I don't have a Kappa, as you can see here. I still have the Gamma. But I have never been this far in terms of like my skills, my weapon skills, for example. Like, well, this one's not a very good example. But for certain guns like that I've never really got to use before, like the MP9, had a lot of fun with that. The P90, had a lot of fun with that. The Spear, which is brand new. This gun is really broken, very good. Lots of fun. And other rifles and guns and everything that I've never really gotten to use, just because it's always about the meta, but I've never been this far before in terms of wealth, for sure. Traders, I've got all the traders maxed out. I never did a single scav run this raid, so all of the fence rep is this wipe. All the fence rep is from the vehicle extracts or quests, or whatever else. I never did any of the daily tasks because I never scavved once, not a single time. I wonder if there is a stat to show. Yeah, scav. Never did it once, not a single time. So yeah, I've never been this far before. There's still guns and quests that I haven't done. Guns that I just bought this because I've never got to use this before. This is my first time unlocking it. So I think I'm gonna keep playing. I don't think I'm gonna wipe my PvE character, not just yet. I'd like to furnish out my hideout and get to a bit further in the quest line. I would really love to get Kappa. I have no idea how far I am away from Kappa. I've not looked it up. I've never even been this far before, so I don't have a clue, which is fine with me. But I've never been this far before. Max generator. It's my first Bitcoin farm. And it's for as long as I've been playing this game, you would be like, wow, that's kind of sad, but but I mean, it is what it is, right? I took my time. I actually tried to practice some of the maps. I'm very comfortable on reserve, at least PvE wise. I know the PvP spawns are probably pretty garbage still, but I don't think I'm gonna wipe. I think I'm gonna keep going until I at least max out the hideout and get Kappa. Not maybe do all the quests. Maybe get to level 100. That would be cool. I don't know. There's so many things I still would like to try out. And mess with guns wise, equipment wise. I haven't even, because I've been playing Iron Man mode. I haven't even gone to Kiba. Oh, geez, sorry there. I had the yawn. I haven't done a lot of basic things, in my opinion, that we used to do all the time. And I don't know when I'm going to wipe PvE, because I feel like when I wipe PvE, I probably won't play it again for a while. But we'll see. Maybe I'll do a true Iron Man where I won't insure my gear. And maybe put some more restrictions on it or something like that. But wipe is tomorrow. I will be working tomorrow, so I will get a late start on wipe if I choose to play the main server. I think I will. I think I'm gonna give the main server a try, just because I want to see the new changes. I want to give it a try again. I at least want to try. Hopefully the desync isn't bad. Hopefully the cheaters aren't as bad. Hopefully I don't run into people like Landmark, No Generals, Desmond, those guys there, because I want to say playing PvE has made me better, but I know for probably game sense, it has not. If anything, it's made me worse, because I'm too comfortable roaming parts of the maps now that I know that AI just isn't there, and I don't look out for players and things of that nature. So honestly, it's probably made me worse. The only thing different, maybe my gun control is a little bit better. Who knows? But really, I've been having a great time. PvE. This is probably my most enjoyable. Maybe second or third most enjoyable playing Tarkov, because I was mostly solo this wipe. But I don't know. Let's see. I'd like to see how the new wipe goes, and I'm going to give it a try, and maybe, hopefully, depending if I actually stick with it this time, because I tried to record something else beforehand, actually, and I found out this. So I actually did play the main server for a little bit, since wipe was back in February, 6 months ago, a week ago, actually. I genuinely not a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I genuinely forgot that I even played the main server this wipe. I played it a little bit. I only got to level 10. I genuinely forgot that I even played this wipe. It didn't feel like this wipe, just because it was so long ago. But I don't know. I might give it a try. And if I do decide to stick with wipe, maybe I'll try to put something together for like first week of wipe kind of thing. But at the same time, I work and I will only get to play a couple hours a day, so I'll be extremely behind on starting the first day. I'll be behind. So I'll see how it goes. I'll see how things are. But yeah, thanks. You know, if you got this far, I really appreciate it. Like I've said a couple times, I'd really like to know your experience this wipe, if you played a lot of PvP or a lot of PvE or both. Which one you like, which one you didn't like, and that's a funny HP healed. Just saw that. If you know, let me know what you guys think. Your experiences on the main server versus PvE if you did it. One big thing that I'd like to kind of learn is I'm still learning Lighthouse and map or Streets. Streets is quite literally unplayable for me, mainly because my computer just can't handle it. On top of that, I know that when you go into Streets, you're connecting the BSG servers instead of a locals thing, and I just die so many times to invisible AI. The desync is just god awful, so I hope they are looking to fix that, but we'll see. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about your experience of wipe, and some of the new bosses and everything look pretty crazy and look interesting to see. So I'd like to give it a try, but I haven't even gotten, you know, to Kaban yet, or whatever the other dude's name yet is. I haven't got that far yet, even on this wipe or at all, so I need to learn those things. So I'm going to continue playing PvE to check that out, learn the maps, things of that nature. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. I'd love to have a conversation with you guys, talking about your all's experience with Tarkov, PvE or PvP this wipe. So let me know. Have a good one. Peace.